The time is now 5:30, and we do have a quorum of Plan Commissioners present. So I will call this meeting of the Madison Plan Commission of April 10th, 2023 to order. First, we'll get some information from our technical facilitator.
Thank you, Chair.
David?
Welcome to our virtual meeting. If you lose connection at any point during the meeting, you can reconnect by clicking the link or calling the number in your original email. Members of the Commission, if you're able, please activate your video and keep it on for the duration of the meeting. Staff, if you're able, please activate your video when you're speaking. In this meeting, panelists have the ability to mute and unmute themselves. Please use the raise hand feature when you'd like to be recognized to speak, ask questions, or request a roll call vote. Staff, please use the raise hand feature when you're asked a question. Lowering your hand will take you out of the queue. Members of the public who have registered to speak, the name you entered in Zoom must match the name you entered in registration. You will remain muted until called upon. Staff will tell you when your time is up. After speaking, a member of the body may ask you a question. If you need to share documentation with the commissions, please send it to the email listed on today's agenda. Chair Zellers, floor is yours.
Okay, thank you, Stephen. First, we'll have communications, disclosures, and recusals. Members of the body should make any required disclosures or recusals under the city's ethics code. Are there any disclosures or recusals? Being none, we will go to agenda item 1, Legistar 60306, public comment, and we do have a individual registered for public comment. Linda Leonards, neither support nor oppose, wishing to speak, and I would note she did send in a communication to the commission too. Linda?
Chair, it looks like Linda is not currently with us. We do have a phone number that I can't identify, though. Would you like to try and unmute that phone number?
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if that.
All right.
Linda?
Hi, this is Linda.
Yes.
Sorry, I may have had a brain glitch when I put the phone number in, but thank you for doing that.
Yes, you have 3 minutes, Linda.
Thank you. I did send in a letter, so I'll just be rather brief. The comprehensive plan was adopted in 2018 after years of work. It balanced 6 different elements, including land use and transportation, and including culture and character. At the last meeting, the Plan Commission discussed 654 Williamson and whether the proposal would impede the view of the Capitol. The view was discussed in the context of the neighborhood plan, which requires the Capitol view to be preserved on the sidewalk from the mid-700 block of Jennifer. The proposal at 654 doesn't violate Bill 2, since the Capitol can't even be seen from the sidewalk at the mid-700 block of Jennifer due to the trees. What was not discussed was the comprehensive plan. The comprehensive plan states, quote, adhere to, unquote, the views and vistas map in the downtown plan. And then page 83 of the comp plan actually reproduces that views and vistas map. City Ordinances 28183 requires the Plan Commission to give, quote, due consideration to the recommendations in the comp plan when considering a conditional use request. I urge you to reconsider the conditional use approval. This would allow the comp plan to be given due consideration by the Plan Commission. This view of the Capitol it's a whole city resource. It's not just a neighborhood resource, because this block is and will be a bus route, and it's also the Lake Loop bike route. And the Plan Commission has in the past reconsidered its decisions. This includes one decision where the commission approved a demolition, and 3 public comments were later received that expressed concern for the limited analysis provided in the initial staff memorandum, especially as it related to the applicable plans. So it's been done in the past. I hope you do it again. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. Are there any questions for Linda? Seeing none, is there any input or discussion? Seeing no raised hands, the next item on our agenda are the minutes of the March 27th regular meeting. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes? Seeing no raised hands, is there a motion to approve? Moved by Commissioner Cantrell. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Shepard. We will come to a vote, and I will assume unanimous consent unless I see a raised hand to object. Seeing no raised hands, the motion passes unanimously. Next on the agenda is the schedule of meetings. Our next meeting will be April 24th. That's a regular meeting. Following that, May 8th and May 22nd, 2023. Then we will have a special meeting on Thursday, June 22nd, 2023. That meeting will be at 5 p.m., unlike our regular meetings, which are scheduled for 5:30. Okay, next we will move to our consent agenda. I will read Commissioner Shepard. Hold on just a second. Go ahead, Commissioner Shepard.
I just want to confirm that will be in person for the special meeting,
yes,
right?
The special meeting will be in person.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving to the consent agenda. These are the agenda items that are on the consent agenda. Agenda item 2 and 3, agenda items 4 and 5. Agenda item 6 is to be referred to April 24th at the request of the applicant. Also, agenda items 7 and 8. And then for referral, agenda items 9, 10, and 11. No future meeting date has been specified, but that is pending a recommendation by the Urban Design Commission. Alder Paulson.
Yeah, I'd like to take number 5 off the consent agenda.
Okay. Item 5 is off. Anything else? And I find that I am unable, for whatever reason, there's some kind of technical glitch, to lower hands. So you're going to have to lower your own hand then. Alder Figueroa Cole.
I'm sorry, I found it. I was just looking for item, what my item was, which is item 7. I got it.
Okay.
Thank you. Perfect.
Okay, very good.
Right.
Okay, so agenda item 5 is off the consent agenda. Are there any other requests for separation? Seeing no raised hands. And again, there. Okay. It's whatever the problem was has been fixed. Okay, so I'll read then the items that remain on the consent agenda into the record. So agenda item 2, Legistar 76502, creating sections of the Madison General Ordinance to change the zoning of property located at 4001 through 4005 Marsh Road, 16th Alder District, from temporary agricultural district to industrial limited district. Agenda item 3, Legistar 76310, approving a certified survey map of property owned by Timothy Neitzel, located at 4001 through 4005 Marsh Road, 16th Alder District. Agenda item 4, Legistar 76488, located at 700 Cottage Grove Road, 15th Alder District, consideration of a demolition permit to demolish a taxi business. And then for referral, agenda item 6, and again, that's referred to April 24th at the request of the applicant. Agenda item 7, Legistar 76481, located at 5701 Raymond Road, 10th Alder District, consideration of a conditional use in the suburban residential consistent 1 district to allow freestanding vending food cart in a church parking lot. And that's for approval on the consent agenda. Agenda item 8, Legistar 76312, approving the preliminary plat and final plat of Acacia Ridge replat number 3 on property addressed as 9202 through 9252 Rustic Pine Road, 1st Alder District. And then for referral, agenda item 9 through 11. And again, no date specified for that referral pending a recommendation by the Urban Design Commission. I will open the public hearing and close the public hearing since there are no registrants wishing to speak. Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Moved by Commissioner Cantrell. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Shepherd. We will come to a vote, and I will assume unanimous consent unless I see a raised hand to object. Seeing no raised hands, the motion passes unanimously. Okay, then circling back to the item that was taken off of the consent agenda, agenda item 6, Legistar 76302. I'm sorry, agenda item 5, Legistar 76489, located at 700 Cottage Grove Road, 15th Alder District, consideration of a conditional use in the Industrial Limited District for a personal storage facility. And I will look to, there's no registrants wishing to speak. Alder Paulson. Okay, go
I keep
for it.
unmuting myself. I'm sorry. I was hoping if we had the applicant here, if I might be able to ask them a question.
Okay, I will open the public hearing. And I don't know who the applicant is because they haven't indicated who they're representing. So it might be Max Jacobson. It might be Paul Molinaro.
It is. Either one of those are the with the app. They are the applicants.
Okay. So Matt Jacobson is available then to answer questions. Go ahead, Alder Paulson. Okay.
Yeah, I had a question, and I'll preface it by saying that I support the project. I'm going to vote for it. So I'm not here to put you on the defensive. My question was, if the zoning had been different, been something other than industrial limited, and if it had been something that permitted residential, would that have been something you would have considered, or were you kind of heart set on doing storage here? And if you don't want to answer, you don't have to. I'm just curious.
Sure. We were here for storage. That was the use we were looking to find a site for.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you. That was my question.
And appreciate your support. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Alder. Thank you, Max. Are there any other questions of the developer? If not, I will close the public hearing. Are there any questions of staff? Seeing no raised hands, is there a motion? Commissioner Cantrell.
I will recommend that the Plan Commission find the approval standards for the conditional use are met and approve the conditional use for a personal indoor storage facility at 700 Cottage Grove Road.
Is there a second? Seconded by Alder Paulson. Commissioner Cantrell, did you wish to speak to your motion?
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is there any discussion? Alder Paulson.
Yeah, I'll be real brief. I don't, the zoning is correct here. The standards are met. I have no objection to this. I'm just going to make one comment about this area. I wonder if the plan isn't maybe a little wrong here. And I know that we're going to reevaluate the plan next year in 24 in the Southeast Area Plan. But, right now the land use is employment. The specific zoning is industrial limited. But across the street from that is the Penny Library. Down the street from it is the YMCA. The railroad stretch that goes by there is a spur that only goes to Cottage Grove, and so it only serves a couple of businesses. It's not part of the major network. It would not surprise me if in 10 years, 10 or 20 years, if that's a rails to trails corridor. Cottage Grove and Dempsey, we talk about as one of the major nodes in the new network redesign. It just feels a little bit like, gosh, I wish that we had had this spot identified as housing, because there are so many great places for why this is a great place to put people. And with no offense to personal storage, I have used personal storage. People have stuff. It needs to go somewhere. And actually, it would be nice, I suppose, to have storage that's on the accessible route. And so I just sort of wish that we had that this was maybe a little bit farther down the road when the plan might have been different, because I think we might have wanted to do something different here. But this meets all the requirements. I'm not objecting to it. They have put storage where we said they could put storage, and great. So I will not belabor this any bit more. I'm just saying that this is, I think the plan is maybe not right here, and I'm just going to lament that real quick. But I wish the applicants all the best, and look forward to having some storage for folks on the Near East side. So thank you, and I will stop there because it's a beautiful day, and I am in between us and a journey.
Thank you, Alder Paulson. I think you good comments. So thank you for raising those questions and that issue. Anything else from any of the commissioners before we go to a vote? Seeing no raised hands, we'll come to a vote, and I will assume unanimous consent unless I see a raised hand to object. Seeing no raised hands, the motion passes unanimously. Next on the agenda, business by members. Any business that any members want to raise? Seeing no raised hands, we'll go to the secretary's report. Heather.
Thank you, Chair Zellers. Looking forward to our April 24th meeting, where we will have 3 new alders. And I really want to just take a moment here to thank the alders for their service on the Plan Commission. It's been wonderful to have you as part of the commission. I think we all learn a lot from each other, and you'll be sorely missed for sure. So thank you for all of your time, on top of all the time you're already spending bettering the city as an alder. So on April 24th, with some new faces on the commission, we'll go over the Code of Ethical Conduct for all board, committee, and commission members. And this is a relatively new code that the council has forwarded to all of our boards, committees, and commissions. We'll provide a staff overview of the comprehensive plan interim update. And this is some tweaks to the comprehensive plan, like I mentioned last time, updating the land use map as it has to do with recently adopted sub-area plans since the comp plan was last adopted in 2018. We'll have a call for proposals from folks who are interested in proposing different land use changes. When we did this about 10 years ago, we had about a dozen or so proposals. So the Plan Commission will be involved in reviewing those proposals that come up from the public as well. And we'll provide on April 24th just an overview of that process. And then the significant development item before the commission on the 24th will be the East Park Boulevard items, which constitute about 400 new units out in the American Center. And then on May 8th, we'll provide a brief staff update of the West Area Plan, and then have several development items that may be discussion worthy. The first noted on the agenda, I'm not sure it will be on May 8th, but it's scheduled for that now. It's on Johnson, Dayton, and Bassett, a rezoning to the urban mixed use district for the demolition of 11 buildings and construction of a new 12-story apartment building with 232 units. We'll have out in the Hilldale Shopping Center area, a proposed few buildings, including a 7-story mixed-use building with 100 residential units. And then a little bit further down on the list, on the 800 block of Williamson Street, the Struck and Irwin sign site, proposed redevelopment of that property with a mixed-use building with 55 housing units, and then a second building with 133 housing units on Patterson Street. And then I think those are probably the most substantial development or land use items to be before the Plan Commission on May 8th. That's where I'll end it tonight. Thanks again, Alders, and we'll see many of you very soon, I'm sure. Thank you.
And I would like to second the thanks to our Plan Commission Alders. You've been wonderful on the Plan Commission. So thank you very much, and hopefully we'll see you around. Next on the agenda is adjournment. Do we have a motion to adjourn? Moved by Commissioner Cantrell. Is there a second? Seconded by Commissioner Shepherd. We will come to a vote, and I will assume unanimous consent unless I see a raised hand to object. Seeing no raised hands, we are adjourned, and I will see you on April 24th, at least some of you on April 24th. So thank you.
Thank you. Good night.